Hello everyone and welcome back. We're going to be continuing down Rosie's route in my next life as Villainess, all Rosie to do. We can finally click over here on Rosie. Yay! Comfortable captive. She looks like she gets captured again. Catarina is shocked to learn Rosie is in league with Silva. The group is locked up with Rosie as their attendant. Ooh, it's not Silva this time. Dang it, they're locked up again. When are we going to get something else besides being locked up in a room all day? Can you play Rosie's route from the second? Let's see. Yeah, you can play Rosie's route second. Which means they're just gonna be locked up. Whatever. Alright, let's get to chapter 2. Hopefully you get to see him in some other clothing besides engineer clothes. So where we left off was Silva was taking her back to her friends from the infirmary. She was sick, and they came across Rosie scolding a pirate. So, and they knew each other. Obviously, Rosie's in love with the pirates, and it looks like he's their leader. After that, I'm led somewhere, still in the daze, and end up in front of a door to one of the cabins.
ほら、ここだ。
カタリナ！カタリナ様！
Oh, she doesn't even respond.
あれ？みんな！
Oh, she was just still in the daze, I guess. Seeing all of their faces finally shakes me from my stupor. Alright, he did say he was taking us to them. Taking us. I think you mean just you.
本当に王子様らに愛されてんだな。こりゃあいつも大変そうだ。
無事でよかった、カタリナ。キースも具合はもう大丈夫なのか？
Oh, he took Keith too. I didn't even. Oh, I forgot he took Keith. I forgot. I don't think Keith even made a word during all that Rosie interrogation.
ええ、具合はもういいのですが。
でも少しカタリナ様のお元気がないような気がします。やっぱりまだ本調子ではないのでしょうか。大丈夫ですか、カタリナ様？
もちろん大丈夫よ。元気元気。
I hold up my arms and pose dramatically, flexing my biceps. But I can't help but think of Rosie. Rosie, just what was all that?
やはり様子がおかしいですね。から元気を出すなんてカタリナらしくない。なあ、一体何が？
と、俺を睨むなよ。そこの弟にでも聞いてくれ。
I think it's his fault.
とにかくカタリナを返したんだ。お前らも変な気起こさねえで、おとなしくしとけよ。ちょっとでも妙な素振り見せたら、容赦しねえぜ。
Silva exits the room and the door shuts behind him. I can sense the presence of a guard standing outside the room. I sigh again, remembering the night before, where she was assaulted. After Silva leaves, my friends and I fill each other up on what has happened since our separation. Even though we were being held in a room under watch, we're still able to carry out our day-to-day lives in relative comfort. After hearing that our luggage was brought here from our cabins, Keith and I began to explain what we saw. In other words, we tell them that Rosie could be a pirate.
なるほど。それでカタリナがこんなに落ち込んでいたんですね。
Do I really look that way? I thought I was acting the same as ever, so I tilt my head to the side in confusion. Keith simply sighs. I'm not acting the same. How can you even not tell when you yourself was acting different? I don't know.
そういうわけで、あのクイードの技術師に騙されていたことが分かったんです。もし最初からよからぬ魂胆があって姉さんに近づいていたのだとしたら。
そんな さすがにそれは。
でも海賊の仲間だったんだよ。それをあんな風に隠したりしてたんだ。許せないよ。
確かにロジーが海賊側だったというのは驚く話だったが、キースがここまで感情をむき出しにするのも珍しいな。
あんな顔を姉さんにさせて。みんなもあの場にいたなら僕の気持ちがわかりますよ。
I know, she was hurt. Well, it definitely was a shock. Even so, I don't feel like my reaction was as extreme as Keith is making it out to be. Rosie looked like he wanted to say something. I'm sure he has his reasons, right? Thinking calmly, I don't think Rosie is the type of person who could scheme to hurt others. He might be lying, but he's not doing it out of malicious intent. That's what my instincts tell me. The moment I begin to relax, my hunger returns in full force.
姉さん。
いやー、そろそろお昼だし、ここにロジーがいない以上、これ以上悩んでてもどうしようもないと思っちゃって。
いつも通りのカタリナに戻ったな。安心した。
それよりご飯ってどんなのが出るんですか？実は医務室だと病人食しかもらえなかったんですけど。
She only gets like fruit cups.
それなりにきちんとした食事を出してもらってますよ。クイード風に香辛料を使ったものが多いですが。
That's all you needed to say. Wow, Korean cuisine. I was bemoaning my previous missed meal, so that's good news to me.
おそらく料理人に関しては必要最低限の人員は動かしているんでしょうね。見張り付きでしょうが。
Just as long as you don't stick her in a room by the kitchen, because in the last route, that's how she doomed herself and got too fat. I hear a knock and the door opens a moment later. Delicious smell wafts through the air. Is that the smell of food? Speak of the devil, as they say, I turn around to find someone unexpected with a trolley heaping with food.
いや、カタリナ。
Aw, he looks worried.
ロジー？
Oh, leave it alone. Jeez.
驚かせてごめん。でも、どうしても話をしておきたくて。
Keith is gonna be like, no. Rosie pushes the food trolley over the threshold to the room. And they're both like, back off. But Keith, Jordan, and the others rush before him, blocking his path.
そんなこと許可できるわけがないだろう。姉さんの精神衛生上良くない。
ええ、そうですね。海賊だと分かっている以上、カタリナに近づけさせたくないですから。
カタリナが本気で嫌がるようならやめるよ。
He's like, that's up to her. Rosie stares straight at me. His clear eyes tell me that he's not doing this out of calculated self-interest. The guilt etched on his face looks deep enough to hurt. I can tell he isn't lying. Right, just as I thought, Rosie isn't a bad person.
わかった。じゃあロジー、話を聞かせてくれる？
姉さん、どうして？
He gave me food. Instincts is the correct answer.
なんというか、野生の勘よ、野生の勘。
Primal instincts. Oh, no, she said feral instincts in Nicole's room.
野生の勘って。
だってやっぱり悪い人にも思えないし。
カタリナ。
Aw.
まったく、姉さんは本当にお人よしだよね。ま、姉さんが野生の勘で生きているのは分かっているけどさ。
At least he can give her instincts some credit.
それで、ロジー、君はシルバの仲間だったのか？
They're gonna question him first. Nicole asks without hesitation. Rosie's face tenses briefly before nodding.
ええ、そうです。俺はシルバ側の人間です。
その事実を隠していたことは弁解しようもありません。でもカタリナ、君と接していた時の気持ちに嘘はないんだ。言えないこともたくさんあったけれど、君と話せて、君の笑顔が見られて、俺はとても嬉しくて。
I forgot a little bit what he said in chapter 3. It's been like 2 days since I've read it. And I've edited like 2 Nicole videos since then, so I'm trying to think what he said in the infirmary.
今も俺はカタリナを大事な人だと思っている。
See, that would be something weird to say to her in front of the others because they're like, you literally just met her like yesterday. As according to them, he met her yesterday. As he speaks, Rosie's eyes are so clear, there's not so much as a speck of doubt. I don't completely understand, but I'm sure he has his reasons. I nod, I believe him. Yeah, you don't remember him, but he remembers you.
ありがとうロジー。話してくれて。私もロジーは大切な友達だと思っているわ。
あ、カタリナ。でも俺が君を傷つけてしまったのは紛れもない事実だ。それは許されちゃいけないと思っている。
At least he's saying this in front of all of her friends because then they can see the sincerity of it and start to trust him too.
だからカタリナ、俺の力が及ぶ範囲で君には償いをさせてほしいんだ。
償いって、いやいや、そんな大げさな。
でも君にあんな顔をさせてしまった。君だけは傷つけたくなかったのに。
Yeah, give her some context. She's
だから
who you are.
何でもいいんだ。俺に償いをさせてもらえないかな。
Well, this is certainly a twist. Rosie says he wants to atone for his actions, but he's already done so much for me. He gave me gummies when we first met, and then an energy bar the next morning when we met on the deck. He also lent me his coat, and when I had a fever... I can't say it happened with confidence, but I faintly remember Rosie taking care of me. He also protected me from the creepy pirate. Back then, Rosie knocked out his pirate ally, all to protect me. Wait, now that I think about it, Rosie helped me so many times. If anything, I'm the one who's always troubling him. There's really no need for him to apologize. I hold out my hand and wave. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how to say that word. Now that I know how to pronounce that word. There's really no need for him to apologize. I hold out my hand and wave conciliatorily. That's such a long word.
いやいや、もう大丈夫よ。十分ロジーにはよくしてもらってるから。
It means to reduce hostility. I mean, I know it's a little late because there's lots of words that I'm just like, I don't even know what that means. My husband's like, you don't know what that means? I'm like, I never used that word. So now I'm gonna start looking them up.
いや、そんなことないよ。俺はまだまだ君に何もできてない。償いもお礼も。
Thanks? Did I do something for him? A long time ago, probably.
だから、よければ望みを聞かせてくれないかな。
I would be a little bit uneasy having him approach her like that if I was someone else, but I don't know how they're gonna respond. Rosie takes my hand and steps closer. Oh, really?
でも望みって言っても。
Giordo. I really don't know how to answer him. Giordo comes up behind Rosie and grabs him by the shoulder with a grin.
ロジーとか言いましたっけ？人の婚約者に慣れ慣れしく触れないでくれませんか？
I know, like, he's not shy at all. Ceremoniously, how, what does this mean now? With lack of courtesy. I mean, that makes sense. That's kind of what I thought it meant, but I wasn't sure.
あ、すみません、ジオルド様。
Yeah, you got caught up in the moment and you totally forgot that you have her fiance watching you. She's engaged. Rosie retracts his hand immediately, but Jordan continues regardless.
しかも償いだなんて。どうせここから僕たちを逃がしてくれる気はないのでしょ？話になりませんね。
それはそうですが。
Yeah, I would think that out of everything, they'd want you to let him go.
こいつを言葉で丸め込めても俺たちには通じない。
ええ、償いというなら海賊であるあなたたちの目的を話したらどうですか？
They think he's seducing her.
そうですね。我々を売る気なのか、身代金を奪うつもりなのか、それともそれ以外なのか。
They want him to tell of his evil deeds so she doesn't trust him as much.
カタリナに償いたいというなら、せめて向かっている先の情報ぐらいは提供してください。もちろん、他の海賊たちには裏切りを黙っていますよ。
They're bartering with Rosie.
すみません。それはさすがに。確かに都合がいいよな。一方的に償いたいなんて。ごめん、カタリナ。
Yep, there's something he's not willing to do, so he's gotta take a loss. Things are getting hostile now. Gyardo is glaring daggers, and Rosie once more looks like he's in pain. The atmosphere is getting heavier and heavier. What should I do when it's come to this?
わかった。それじゃあ一つだけお願いするから叶えてくれる？
She wants one of your gummies.
いいの？
I see blushing. I want to ask you for a favor. Really? I should be the one asking that.
もちろんさっき言ってた情報の話とかロジーが難しいことは避けるけど、どう？
俺の力が及ぶ限りではもちろんやるよ。でも一つじゃ少なすぎるんじゃないかな。
One favor's not enough. What?
君の一番の願いを必ず叶えられると確約もできないから、2ついや10でも100でもいいから君の願いを教えてくれないかな。俺も力の及ぶ限り叶えるから。
He looks so happy right now. He's like, oh, the woman I love is letting me grant her a wish. I'll grant you 10 more. 10 or 100.
いやいや、そんなにたくさんじゃなくていいから。
Rosie looks so excited that I felt pressure to think of something as fast as I can. What should I say? He can't tell me anything about the pirates. Oh, then how about...
グミがまた食べたいんだけど、作ってくれる？
Oh, gee, she wants more gummies.
グミ？それくらいならいくらでも用意するけど。
He's like, I can get you whatever you want. You want something harder than that.
それより他にもっとない？食べたい料理とか欲しいものとかできる限り調達してくれよ。
This is funny. It's like, he's like, any gift you want, I'll give it to you. But she's an engaged lady. She's showering her with affection and gifts in front of her fiance.
いや、料理なら今持ってきてもらってるやつで十分。ってそうだ、ご飯食べてない。
Oh yeah, he came in with food, didn't he? When I see the food Rosie is holding, my stomach immediately starts to growl.
姉さん。
Every time he says that, it just sounds like he's scolding her. It's getting, like, starting to grate on my nerves.
お前は。
いやー、お腹減っちゃって。ってことで、まずはご飯を食べていい？
うん、もちろんだよ。ごめん、俺こそ話が長くなっちゃって。
Rosie places the food on the table. Thank goodness, now I can eat. This should lighten up the hostile mood too. I plop down feeling relieved and take up my fork and knife. Finally, it's time to dig in. The food brought for us here is much heartier than what we had in the infirmary. By the time we finish, I'm plenty satisfied. Feeling full, I rub my tummy as Rosie brings us tea.
はい、どうぞ。口に合ったようでよかったよ。それで、お願い事は思いついた？
その話もう終わったんじゃなかったの？
She just wanted to eat.
いや、カタリナが言ったのはグミが食べたいってことだけでしょ。それだけじゃお願いとは言えないよ。
それだけじゃダメなの？
もちろんだよ。それじゃあただおやつを持ってくるだけになっちゃうし。だからもっと君のために何かできることがあると嬉しいんだけど。
But looks like the matter of this favor is much more serious than I thought.
いや、でもひとまずグミだけでいいわ。めったに食べられないものだもの。
I nod affirmingly and Rosie finally succeeds? Concedes? I don't know what they're supposed to say there. Succeeds. Like my mind wanted to fill in the blank concedes. So Rosie finally withdraws.
そっか。カタリナがそう言うなら分かった。でも、それなら明日からここにお世話係として通うことにするよ。
He's gonna be your personal butler now.
え？
お世話係？
うん。こんな状況だけれど、君には快適に過ごしてもらいたいって思って。結局俺がただの技術スタッフじゃないってバレちゃったんだし、なら可能な限り君のために時間を使いたいって思ったんだ。
I like to devote myself instead to your comfort.
じゃあまた改めて来るから、何かあったらいつでも俺に言って。
Rosie energetically clears away the dishes and utensils and loads the cart before exiting the room. I watch him leave, still feeling confused. Huh. I don't remember Rosie being so assertive.
彼は随分とカタリナに傾倒しているようですね。見る限り悪意はなさそうですが。
I read that wrong. I read that as I'd rather devote myself to Catarina. But I was like, I'm sure you would. Yeah, he seems very sincere.
これはこれで厄介ですね。またライバルが増えるなんて。
Yep.
だが状況がわからない今、海賊の中に好意的な人物がいるのは悪いことではないはずだ。
まあ、そうですね。魂胆を探るには、彼が世話係として通うのは好都合かもしれません。と言っても、そう簡単に尻尾をつかませてはくれそうにありませんが。
そうだな。なかなか口が硬そうだ。海賊の中にも妙な人間がいるもんだな。一体何が目的なんだか。
それをうまいことあのロジーから探ることにしましょう。
それが良さそうですね。彼は狩猟であるシルバと仲がいいみたいですし。
Catarina and Keith continue to debate about what to do next, but I'm really just confused. Isn't he just bringing us food and then leaving? Why would he be so excited? I would soon understand.
カタリナ、退屈するといけないと思ってボードゲームを持ってきたよ。
I brought you a board game. Oh my gosh. Day after day.
カタリナ、見てごらん。これは俺が作った天気を予測する道具なんだけど。カタリナ、本をいくつか見繕ってきたんだ。飲み物と一緒にここに置いておくから。
He's like a little puppy bringing her toys every day.
あとずっと同じ部屋にいると飽きると思って気分転換になりそうなアロマストーンも持ってきたんだ。ここに置いておくね。
Rosie is constantly dropping by to bring me things to make life here easier.
へえ、このアロマストーン、いい匂いだね。でも匂いが混ざるから、サシは引き出しにしまっておくよ。
I'm surprised Keith is not sick again already. The satch was making him sick in his root. There you go, now you don't have to worry about it. Keith puts away the thatch quickly, which allows the aroma stone to fill the air with its scent. That smells good. I'm completely relaxed. Bathing in the lovely fragrance, I enjoy the tea and sweets Rosie brought while flipping through one of the books. To be honest, it's so comfortable that I've completely forgotten that our ship has been occupied by pirates. That's what she said when she was like eating her fill of food next to the kitchen and then sunk with the ship. This tea tastes great, and this story is really engaging.
姉さん、すっかりくつろいでいるね。
これでも一応何かの魂胆があるんじゃないかと警戒していたんですが。
But he doesn't.
拍子抜けというか。
I know, like I said, he's just like a little puppy. He brings joy in just bringing her random toys.
本気でカタリナの世話を焼きたいだけのように見えるな。
はあ、つまり単純にライバルが増えただけですか。
まあ、不自由なく過ごせるのは悪くないですが。
Well, he's only a rival to Keith and Giorno because the other two are like try to avoid her. Even in their own roots, they're like, I can't get close to you. You're engaged.
クイードのロマンス小説をこんな形で読めるようになるとは思いませんでした。
でも、カタリナ様が元気になってよかったです。
ほんと肝の座ったご令嬢だよな、カタリナは。
Random Silva entrance.
っていきなり何ですかあなたは。いつ部屋に入ってきたんですか。
He probably just walked in.
ごめん、俺がいろいろ運んでたら見たいって言い出して。
That definitely sounds like Silva's a lackey.
いいだろう。別に何かの邪魔するわけじゃないんだ。
Oh, so this is trending in Quinn, huh? Oh, Silva and Rosie are here. I look up for reading the romance novel and see a grinning Silva and a worried Rosie. They brought some new toys this time. Yep, a little loyal puppy bringing toys to their master.
はい、カタリナ。今度は大人数でできるようなゲームを持ってきたよ。
He's so cute.
ありがとう、ロジー。
Pat his head. Wow, this time he brought me a board game with a very odd shape.
変わった形をしているな。これはクイードにあるものなのか。
And Nicole will voice that it's a very odd shape.
ああ、いやこれはこいつが作ったオリジナルのや
He
つだ。
made it.
クイードにあるわけじゃない。
Well, now you have to tell us how to play it.
ロジー、ボードゲームまで作れるの？
まあちょっと思いついちゃって。
Still, I don't think most people would be able to build an entire game just like that. This is great. I wanted something to do with Keith and everyone once I finish reading. I continue snacking on some cookies, but you don't know the rules. The next few days passes this way with Rosie and Silva becoming regular visitors. They're just going to become friends. I don't know when it started, but we've even begun playing games together. This is the friendship route with the pirates. Oh, that's cute. That's really cute. I groan, facing Rosie with my cards in hand.
カタリナ、そろそろ弾いてもいい？
Are they playing like a memory game? Oh, Old Maid. We're playing a game similar to Old Maid. Keith, Giorno, Silva, and the others finished instantly. Only Rosie and I are left glaring at one another. I currently hold the bad card. If Rosie picks correctly, I lose.
なるほどな。おい、引くならこっち。
Hey, pick this one. That's not fair.
シルバー、カタリナのカードを勝手に見ないでよ。
That's really cute. The chibis of him are so great.
それでカタリナ、そろそろ引きたいんだけど。
Put them behind your back and shuffle them. There you go.
ちょっと待って、またシャッフルするから。
いや、そもそもこの状況がよくわからないんですが。
Incomprehensible to me.
本当にこんなにのんきな海賊がいますか。さすがに調子が狂いますよ。
Reality is slowly slipping away. Yeah, I want to win this time. If Rosie picks this one, it'll be another loss. I resign myself to my fate, shutting my eyes and holding my 2 cards out for Rosie.
どうぞ。
じゃあ引くね。
I feel the sensation of a card being lifted from my fingers. I cautiously open my eyes and...
Oh.
He picked the bad one. Rosie pulls the card that completes his pair, which means the card I still hold is the bad card. It's all over. You got the old maid card.
お前の負けだな、カタリナ。
And he's just gonna rub it in your face.
もう一回よ。
それよりカタリナ、そろそろ休憩にしない？もう少し経ってからまたやろうよ。
This is so cute. He's like, I'll play more. Just give me a second. I gotta go work.
休憩してからですか。本当にずっとあなたたちはこの部屋にいますね。仕事はいいんですか？
Huh? He's right. Rosie and Silva have been with us since morning. I think we've been playing games this whole time. I know, you're just the captain of the pirates. And Rosie is just idly playing games with their captives.
海賊家業って随分と暇なのね。
一人大負けしたからってそんなにすねるな。
いや、拗ねているわけじゃないけど。
You're totally sulky.
カタリナ、お腹が空いた？
Do you have to even ask?
それはもちろん。っていやいや、2人ともなんだか私を子供扱いしてない？
子供扱いも何もまだ子供だろ。
Wow.
失礼な。立派な大人ですよ。成人もしていますし。
I'm a noble lady who's made her debut in society. I say that proudly, but the two of them stare blankly like dead fish. They're from Quid, which Set said that the age, the adult age is higher than Sorcier.
いや、でもまだ16とかそこらじゃなかったか？
あ、そうか。ソルシエでの成人は確か15歳なんだっけ
15. That means my daughter would be of age.
ああ、そういやそうだったな。クイードと違うってのはすっかり忘れてたぜ。
My daughter is still definitely a child.
クイードだと15歳で成人じゃないの？
そうだね。うちの国は18から成人なんだ。
So their age is like most of the world's. Actually, I think Japan, I thought their age was younger than 18. I thought it was like 17. It really differs by country, huh? I think it was pretty varied in my past life too.
ってことで、俺からしてみればカタリナ、お前はまだまだお子様だってわけだ。この態度も諦めろ。
She didn't confirm if she was 16, but she might be if she has one more year of the academy left.
いやいや、ジオルド様たちにはきちんと対応してるような気がするんだけど。
I glance at Giordo and Silva turns as well.
ん？そういやそうだな。
That's because he's like a prince. they I don't know, they have this aura of maturity about them.
ま、王子様らはさすがっていう感じで落ち着いてるからな。正直あまり年下という感じもしない。
Prince and company. Well, I guess that's true. Giorgio, Keith, and Nicole all act so mature. Hold on, by that logic.
私だけ子供っぽいってこと？
いや、そういうわけじゃ。
You're lying.
年相応だって褒めてんだよ。バカ。
バカ。
まあ、バカだなんて、カタリナ様にそのような暴言は許しませんよ。
This is bringing back nostalgic memories of Color X Malice, where Silva's voice actor plays Sasaska, and he says baka all the time. He calls her Poochie, like a puppy dog. I'm a Duke's daughter, so it's rare for someone to talk about me so unreservedly. And Silva, he may be crude, but I don't think he means any harm.
そうか。兄さんたちみたいなんだわ。
Oh my gosh.
え？
He's like my older brothers? You mean they're like your older brothers?
カタリナ、兄がいたんだっけ？
In her previous life, but she can't say she's been reincarnated. Oh crap, I said that out loud. Next to me, I see Keith going into shock. It's obvious it's the first time he's ever heard of it. I mean, I did have older brothers, but that was in my past life. In my past life, but I was the train climbing monkey girl who had 2 older brothers. I often ran around and played in the mountains with them. My brothers never really held back because I was a girl, but looking back, they did give me a lot of attention, just like these 2.
姉さん、兄さんって一体？
いやー、これはなんというか、ものの例えみたいなもので。
この状況でそんな言葉が出てくるとは、ほんと規格外だな。
俺は嬉しいよ。家族みたいに思ってもらえるなんて。
Are you though? I think you're in love with her, which means you want to be a different kind of family than what she's referring.
姉さん、この人たち調子に乗るから、あまりうかつなことは言わないで。
Keith is so unforgiving of these 2.
と、そうだ。渡すのを忘れるところだった。カタリナ、ようやくグミができたんだ。
You've made her day.
うん。ちょっと特殊な材料が必要で時間がかかっちゃったけど、はい、約束のグミをどうぞ。
Rosie takes a box from his pocket. Inside are colorful gummies shaped like jewels.
ロジー、ありがとう。
I immediately take one to eat, and the sweet familiar flavors fill my mouth.
おいしい。やっぱりこれよね、これ。
ほんとうまそうに食うな。けど、晩飯が入らなくなっても知らねえぞ。
I don't think that'll be a problem.
大丈夫よ。おやつは別腹だから。
いや、いつもそれで苦しいって言ってるじゃないか。それより、これがグミ？見た目は綺麗だけど。
Do you want one, Keith?
皆さんもよかったら食べてみてください。
では、私もいただきますね。
You know, if this all turns into be I've got them on my side kind of thing, and then they trust you and you do something bad, that's it's gonna be a huge story twist there. Maria cautiously reaches for a gummy and eats it. The surprise is written across her face as she tastes it.
甘くて美味しいですが、不思議な食感のお菓子ですね。
グミですか？
You know you want one. See me eat one after another. Giorgio and the others turn to each other. Eventually, they reluctantly take some.
なるほど。こういう味ですか。確かに妙な食感ですね。
You've all got them to try something that you've specifically made. They're not cautious of it being poisoned or anything.
うん。あ あまり馴染みのない味だな。
これは確かに少し変わっているというか、食べづらい食べ物ですね。
まあ結構うまいが。
He said that with a mouthful, didn't he?
僕は一つでいいかな。残りは姉さんにあげるよ。
I guess Keith doesn't like him very much. But it's so delicious.
まあ食べ慣れないとそういう感想になると思うよ。
Well, it is a dessert that doesn't exist in Sorcier. Wait, in that case, how did I eat it when I was little? I thought you were referring to your past life.
姉さん、そんな不思議そうな顔してどうしたの？
But I know she's talking about when Rosie shared one with her when she was a kid. But she did reference her past life gummies.
いや、このお菓子ってソルシエにないものなのよね。でも昔にも一度このグミをもらって食べた記憶があって、どうしてなのかしら。
Oh, you got his attention?
もらって食べたって出どころがわからないってことは、まさか姉さん知らない人からもらったものを食べたの？
Nuts. I wasn't planning to tell Keith about that, but there it is.
いやー、ほらそこはなんというか、昔の話だし。
It's funny when she tries to play it off. It's really cute. I try to phrase my crime like it's past the statute of limitations, but Keith's glare reaches further than the arm of the law. At this rate, it's going to be another Keith lecture. My eyes skip from Keith to Silva and Rosie, and I swerve into a different topic to avoid the oncoming danger.
それよりこのグミっていうお菓子、クイード王国のなのよね。ということはこのお菓子をくれた人もクイードの人だと思うんだけど。
カタリナがクイードの人間に会っていた。ソルシエでですか？
Rosie's like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
カタリナ様、私この船に乗るにあたってクイードの文化や料理について一通り調べましたが、
Oh?
グミというお菓子の記述はありませんでしたわ。
Then only one other person could have given you a gummy in the past.
そうなの？
I bet he's going to get out of there really quickly now. Mary, being the flower of the social world, is more than adept at gathering information. If she says so, it must be true.
そうだな。社交の場でクイードの貴族と互いの国の料理の話をすることもあったが、俺もグミという食べ物の話は聞かなかった。
でも前にロジーと会った時にグミはクイードのお菓子だって言ってた気がするけど。
He said that he made them.
ところでこれソルシエでは見ないお菓子ですけど、クイードのお菓子なんですか？
一応そういうことになるのかな。と言っても俺が趣味で作ったものだけど。
このグミあなたが作ったんですか？すごい、お菓子作りが趣味なんですね。あれ、もしかしてあの時てっきりロジーがお菓子作りが得意だから作ったんだと思ったんだけど、もしかしてそういうのじゃなくてグミそのものをロジーが作ったって意味だったの？
まあ実は。
I honestly wasn't expecting her to figure that out.
あれ？そうなると子供の頃にグミをくれた人ってまさか。
I stare wide-eyed at Rosie, who smiles bashfully and nods.
実は俺なんだ。
Wow, I was not expecting her to find out so soon that she's met him in the past. An unexpected reunion. What? Take you back. The person in my dream might have had the face like Rosie's. The moment I realized it was Rosie, I start to faintly remember his face. He was the kind older boy that gave me the gummies. Just like Rosie, he had emerald green eyes. So is she gonna tell him is she gonna say that they were in the palace too? Because then that might spark Giordo's attention. I really remembered. I really have met Rosie before.
すごい偶然ですね。
というかそんな昔に僕も知らないところで他国の人間まで垂らし込んでいたなんて。
What is with all these strange random words? Unbeknownst? Knowinst? Knownst? Unbeknownst? Is that what it means? Is that what it says? I wonder why they include such long words like this in the English translation, but they can't even remember to like put the word a or like in a sentence sometimes. Yep, to think you have snared someone from another nation unknown to me. Like you just said that.
さすがカタリナと言いますか。
でも船の上で再会して特別なお菓子で思い出すだなんて小説のように運命的な出会いと再会ですね。
どうしてクイード人のあなたがソルシエに一体何の用で来ていたんですか？
I don't think he's going to give you that information this early.
いろいろな国に留学していた時期があって8年くらい前かな。ソルシエにも行っていたんです。
なるほど。ですが貴族のカタリナとあなたが一体どこで出会ったのです？
確かそれは
王立公園の木のそばで。そうだったよね。
Oh, he doesn't want her to say Royal Palace. Why not though? You don't want Giordo to look into your nobility now? I thought it was at the Royal Palace. Even in my dream, I had come to the castle with father. I got lost, and that was when I met Rosie, I think. But it's a memory from long ago. Rosie is older than me, so he probably remembers it better. Well, I guess we gotta wait to figure out who Rosie is. I'm sure Rosie must be correct.
そう。木に登っていたし、公園だった気がする。
姉さん、人目のある公園で木登りしてたの？
いやほら、あの時は緊急事態だったというか、なんというか。
普通どんな時も令嬢は木登りなんてしないよ。わかってる？
いやでもお父様とはぐれちゃったから探すために仕方なく。
はあ、人に尋ねるとか他に方法があるでしょう。その時以外に人目のある場所で木に登ったことはないんだよね。
Yeah, here Keith goes again.
公爵令嬢であるカタリナが公園に？本当でしょうか？
Giordo does not believe it at all.
だいたい姉さんはいつも人から見られている自覚が。
He's still going on about that lecture. And with that simple slip-up, I've doomed myself once more. Keith was so charismatic in the Atomi game, but I realize now that reality is often disappointing. I know, now he's just become a lecturer.
はあ、今日は大変だった。
After surviving Keith's lecture, I also had dinner. It's time for bed, so we all returned to the bedroom. I lie on my bed, reviewing the events of the day in my mind. I didn't realize I met Rosie so long ago. What a surprise to meet him here again after all this time. But just who is Rosie anyway? He studied abroad as Sorcerer in the past. He's an engineer and a pirate, but he's also makes such unique inventions. And also, he's good friends with the pirate captain Silva. He did admit he was on the same side as the pirates, but something feels off. Because Rosie doesn't seem like a pirate. Though he did grab that other pirate's collar to yell at him. If Rosie is a pirate, maybe he does have something to do with the fan disc. Looking back, Rosie's got quite the handsome face. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a romanceable character. Yeah, I don't think I think he's in league with the pirates, but I think he's commanding the pirates. I don't think he's actual pirate. But who exactly is Rosie? Yeah, that's all I like to know. He's suspicious. Since we do have a save file before this one, go ahead and say he's a good person. We'll probably go through all of these all over again for one of the Doomans. I think he's a good guy. He's kind to boot. I'm sure that Rosie must have his own circumstances. He may be a pirate, but it's not as though we can't reach each other. That's why I think I can trust Rosie. Whatever. Nothing I can do but sleep on it. Or that was the plan, but because I was thinking so hard, I found myself far too awake to sleep. After a while, I give up and get out of bed. Oh? I go out to the main room and find Rosie there. Why is he there?
Catarina?
He's just hanging out at night. What the heck?
あれロジーまだいたんだ。
And she's in her nightgown.
あ、うん。道具の手入れをしていたんだ。
When I look closer, I see Rosie's working on various gadgets, including the board game we played today. His movements are gentle. It's obvious how important they are to him. Rosie catches me intently watching and responds awkwardly.
それより、そんな格好だと風邪をひくんじゃないかな。
He's like, please go and get decent. Oh shoot. Rosie turns away stiffly and I realize I left the room dressed in only a negligee. Keith always tells me that a lady should never be seen in public dressed like this. I know she was also talking to Keith in that too when he scolded her, of course, but now this is about your brother.
今羽織るものを持ってくるから、ほらそこに座って。
I sit down on the sofa and Rosie brings me a blanket, draping it over my shoulders.
ありがとう。
どういたしまして。それでカタリナはどうしたの？眠れないの？
いやー、まあ。
じゃあちょっと待ってて。
I gloss over that I was up thinking about him. Rosie leaves the room and returns with a warm drink.
眠れないならこれどうぞ。
ありがとう。
Rosie brings the teacup over to me on the sofa and I take a sip. It's calming and ever so slightly sweet. Oh, I've had this before. When you were sick?
大丈夫。明日には熱が下がって元気になるはずだから。
Rosie's gentle voice replays in my mind. I see, it really wasn't a dream. I was half asleep at the time, so I don't quite remember what he said, but I could never forget this flavor. What I'm drinking now is the same ginger tea that Rosie prepared for me when I was feverish.
おいしい。
よかった。
Rosie's soft smile puts me at ease. As I slowly sip, the warmth spreading through my body brings me relief. He really is like a big brother. I'm always relaxed when I'm with Rosie. Wonder when that mentality is going to change. He's done so much for me, I could never bring myself to look at him as a pirate. And if it wasn't a dream that he nursed me back to health, then that means he came there just to see me. I thought it was odd when Rosie said that Silva told him I collapsed, but he was so worried that he came to see me. He must not have been able to tell me at the time. That's why he played dumb when he saved me from that creepy pirate. He helped me, not even expecting a thank you. When I realized that, my last lingering doubts about Rosie vanishes like smoke. I feel grateful for Rosie's kindness as I take another sip. Rosie returns to maintaining the games and gizmos that he brought with him. He's doing all this just so we won't be bored. There's a board game resembling chess, card games, books, and other intriguing toys, probably all from Quid. One catches my eye, so I set the teacup down on the table to pick it up.
おお、なんかかっこいい。
Look at her eyes. It looks like a black turbine inside of a round, transparent piece of glass. Curious about how it works, I start to examine it. Rosie pauses his cleaning and leans toward me.
それ気になる？
ええ、これはどうやって使うものなの？
ちょっと待ってね。
Rosie puts down his work and walks to the door. He then picks up one of the magic stones used to light the room.
それはこれを使って動かすんだ。
I was gonna say, I think I've seen the CG before in the movie trailer. Rosie sits next to me on the sofa and picks up the orb. I sit in wonder as Rosie moves the shimmery magic stone towards the transparent orb.
あ、回った。すごい。どうなってるのこれ。
羽車の片側だけが黒く塗られてるんだけど、そこに熱を含んだ光を当てると回り出すようになってるんだ。ソルシエの魔法石を見て、うまく光エネルギーを運動エネルギーへと変換できないかと思って作ってみたんだけど。
え？これロジーが作ったの？しかも船の上で？
うん。船の上だと何があるかわからないなって思って。
すごい！ロジーって何でもできるのね。
Not only can he make gummies, but he can also make amazing tools like this. Rosie really is talented. I know, he's so cute. He's like this little scientist slash engineer, just wants to figure out how things work. I borrow the magic stone and place it over the tool. The turbine starts to spin. Wow. It slows if I move it away and speeds up when I move it closer. This is so fun. I get carried away. I start trying the magic stone at various angles. Then I hear a giggle. I look up and Rosie is squinting as if he is looking at something bright.
カタリナはすごいね。
Oops.
なんで？
いつも俺を嬉しくさせてくれるから。
Because you always make me so happy. It's really sweet, but the fact that he barely knows her, I don't know, that would make me feel kind of awkward. It's like, I barely know you, but everything I do is making you happy. Oh, touches her too. A serious expression flashes momentarily on Rosie's face, but then he reaches out and brushes his hand over my cheek. He is really not shy and bold. His calloused fingertips are ticklish. What's gotten into him? Maybe there's something stuck on my cheek. He touched her on the out on the deck too when she was cold. I know that he loves her, but after not seeing her for 8 years, I would be kind of on guard with this. Maybe it was a piece of ginger from the tea. As I think that, Rosie inches closer. Oh. I know he's not going to, but...
ねえ、カタリナ。俺はさ、ずっと君と。
I knew it. Wow. He's trying to kiss her in chapter 4. Suddenly, the door opens with a bang, and Rosie jumps back with lightning fast reflexes.
あ、メアリ様、まだ起きていらしたんですね。何か飲まれますか？
He's so embarrassed.
いいえ、結構ですわ。なんとなく嫌な予感がして出てきただけですから。
Something dangerous afoot. Like, no, thank you. Get away from Catarina. For some reason, Mary glares at Rosie. She then trots over and takes my hand.
カタリナ様、眠れませんの？ それならよければご一緒にお話ししません？
ありがとうメアリー。でも大丈夫よ。ロジーに飲み物をもらって眠くなってきたから。
The warmth of the tea lingers, helping me feel a bit drowsy.
よかった。眠れそうで。
ありがとうロジー。おやすみなさい。
I returned to the bedroom with Mary following right behind. Little Catarina's little watchdog.
じゃあメアリーもおやすみ。
She's gonna want to talk about it, isn't she?
おやすみなさいカタリナ様。特に何もなかったようでよかったですわ。
Nothing disturbing. As soon as I get to bed, I'm hit with another wave of sleepiness. I drift into dreams as comfortable as ever. Funny. Is this the dream about the pirates attacking again? When I open my eyes, I find myself in Atsu's body once more. Hey, maybe this is a chance to gather more information on the fan disc. Okay, so it's not the one that I've read like 5 times. I quickly take in my surroundings. I think I've at least read it once though. Fortunately, Atsu is right in the middle of a plane.
はい。私もこうしてご一緒できて嬉しいです。
Wow, Maria looks cute in game too. She is an Otome game protagonist after all. Can't help but smile when I see how cute Maria is on the screen. Ah, no. Can't get distracted. I need to gather more info. I wonder if she's playing like Rosie's route. That'd be interesting. The Maria I know isn't in a relationship, so the conditions are different than in-game. Who knows what info might prove useful. I keep my eyes peeled as I continue to watch. On screen, a smiling Maria is on a date with one of the romanceable characters.
はあ、まさかあそこでバッドエンドに行くとは。おかげで最初からやり直しだよ。
Oh? Huh? Atsu, what did you say? I need more details on that bad end. I silently shout, but of course Atsu can't hear me. She continues to play. But if she's starting over, that means the villainous Catarina hasn't appeared yet. This way I can see the story from the start. I decided to focus on what's in front of me. The game Maria has found what seems to be a telescope and is peering into it curiously. The sound of footsteps can be heard.
あ、すみません。そちらは今故障中でして。
I knew it. She's gonna know that Rosie's the character now. Huh? Hey, that voice. Could it be? No, there's no doubt about it. That's Rosie. But the game just says engineer, and there's no art for him either. Oh. I think in one of the other dreams, she was looking at the pirates. 2 of them had pictures, and she was wondering where the engineer was. I forgot what she asked Rose. Oh, she asked the engineer's name. Or no. She asked Silva what the name of those pirates were, and they weren't the same as... Okay. That's why it never showed us who the engineer was. Atsu, let me see that one more time. Check the backlog just once, please. I pray with all my might, but of course the unhearing Atsu does not answer my prayers. There will be no second chances. Wait, he only had 1 line, and his name just said engineer, so he's a random NPC? No, he's not. He's handsome enough to stand amongst the ranks of romanceables, but if he doesn't even have a sprite, it's meaningless. So Rosie is just an NPC, then maybe he really is unrelated to the fan disc. An NPC, huh? And just like that, Rosie disappears without even a name. As the villainess myself, I can't help but feel a sense of kinship with him. Granted, I'd rather be an NPC than a villainess, always on the verge of meeting her doom. My thoughts wander as I continue to observe the game's progress in my dream. She's just gonna go off thinking that it's unrelated. The next morning, in the end, I didn't get much new info from my dream. I simply wake up as usual. After getting dressed, I come out to the living room to find everyone already there.
おはようございます。
おはようございます、カタリナ。
お前、淑女があくびしながら出てくるのは良くないだろう。
That's funny.
よく眠れたか？
あ、はい。それはもうぐっすり。それよりみんな集まってどうしたんですか？
I'm confused to see the four of them gathered for serious conversation. I noticed Keith glance at the door.
それが部屋の外が騒がしいから何かあったんじゃないかって話してたんだ。
From beyond the door, I can hear lots of footsteps and murmuring voices. Something is definitely up.
それに、いつもならこの時間に朝食が運ばれてくるはずなのに、それもない。何事もないといいのだが。
Oh, breakfast. That's right. I rubbed the sleep from my eyes and came out here because I thought breakfast was arriving. As I bemoan this tragedy, the door opens.
ごめん、朝食を持ってくるのが遅くなって。
Rosie arrives in a rush and begins to skillfully set the table, but Silva, who is usually with him, is mysteriously absent. Rosie seems much more hurried than usual, so he makes to leave as soon as he finishes setting up.
じゃあごめん、俺はもう行くから。
一緒に食べていかないの？
I ask, since Rosie has been eating with us even yesterday, but he shakes his head.
そうしたいのは山々なんだけど、今日はちょっと急ぎの用事があって。
何か不測の事態でも起きたのですか？
大丈夫ですよ。皆さんは部屋にいてください。
Rosie smiles as if trying to reassure us, but in the next moment he hurries away. He's gone.
一体何があったんでしょう。
よくわからないけれど、冷めたらもったいないですし、まずはご飯を食べません？
お前は。っていやまあ、それぐらいしかないか。
あ
あ。そうですね。では朝食をいただきましょうか。
We all sit down and start to eat, but
今日の料理、なんだか味が濃くないか？
hopefully over-seasoned in not a bad way. They were just rushed to finish it.
確かに香辛料の味が少しきついですね。調理に失敗したんでしょうか？
確かにちょっと水が欲しくなるかも。
I don't know how to explain it, but the soup feels much more overpowering than usual. It's spicier as well. But even still, it tastes pretty good.
外も騒がしいですし、何かあったせいで厨房の方の人手が足りなくなったのかもしれませんね。
While spice aside, it's still delicious. I just need a few extra glasses of water. I continue to eat and drink quietly, but the taste doesn't quite seem to match the others' palates as they stop eating after a few bites. If it doesn't suit them, it can't be helped. I decide to eat their shares too. I do what I must. She's hungry again. In less than an hour, I have indigestion. Oh my goodness.
姉さん、カタリナ、大丈夫ですか？
Her stomach doesn't agree with the spiciness. I shake my head silently in response. It's become apparent that my gut has been overwhelmed by so much spice.
だから無理に食べないでいいって言ったのに。
とにかく繊維に見てもらった方が良さそうですね。
あ、そうだな。
So much for my iron gut. It just takes some Tums and then it goes away. Despite my non-stop round-trip flights to the bathroom, I'm not feeling any better. I clutch my gurgling stomach in a cold sweat. Fiona knocks on the door into the hall.
すみません。カタリナの具合が悪いので、医務室へ連れて行きたいのですが。
こんな時に？
こんな時？
具合が悪いってどういう感じなんだ？
食べ過ぎと食べ慣れない香辛料のせいでお腹を壊したみたいです。
だから繊維に見てもらい、胃腸の薬を処方してもらいたいんだが。
いや、でも
今はまずいだろう。上に確認しないと。
いや、でもかなり顔色悪いぞ。急いだ方がいいんじゃ。
The guards hurriedly whisper to each other, seeming agitated. Thanks to Keith and the others' adamant pleas, they eventually fold. Under the watchful eye of the pirate guard, I'm allowed to go to the infirmary. With Keith accompanying me, we arrive together at the infirmary.
なんだか前以上に人が多いね。
The beds are all full, and there are even people lying on sofas.
ごめんなさいね、狭くて。それでお二人とも具合が悪いの？
いや、体調が悪いのは姉だけです。朝食を食べた後にお腹を壊してしまって。
あら、そういえば今朝の料理少し香辛料が多かったものね。ソルシエの方には合わなかったのかしら。
というより食べ過ぎだとは思いますが。
I can't deny that. When the others didn't finish, I ate it for them. I thought it would be a shame to waste food, but it's possible I really went too far.
じゃあちょっとそこのソファーに座って待っててちょうだい。
Wonder if this episode is going to end in a cliffhanger. We've already been through all the options and it's like an hour and 20 minutes in. Like it could have easily stopped when she went to bed, but no. Now something's happening with the pirates. The nurse urges me to sit on the sofa. After a while, the ship's doctor comes in.
お待たせいたしました。刺激物による腹痛ならこの薬を飲めばすぐに良くなるはずですよ。
Immediate improvement.
ありがとうございます。
Poor Catarina. The ship's doctor swiftly prepares the medicine for me. I remain seated on the sofa as I take the medicine with hot water, just as the doctor said. After a while, I feel much better.
ようやく落ち着いた。
はあ、その顔は確かに薬が効いたみたいだね。一時はどうなることかと思ったけど、本当に良かったよ。
いやー、私もさすがにダメかと思ったわ。
I was done for. It felt just like a stomach ache I once had after eating a mushroom I found in the garden. Anyway, I'm glad the medicine worked. Don't eat random mushrooms, they can be poisonous.
だから食べ過ぎには注意してっていつも言ってるじゃないか。
いや、クイードの料理はここじゃないと食べられないし、残したらついもったいないって思っちゃって。でも医務室がここまで混んでるなんて思わなかったわ。こんなに具合の悪い人がいるのね。
Hearing my mumbling, a nurse working nearby sighs quietly.
精神的なものや単純な船酔いとか、そういう症状を訴える人は増える一方なのよ。
I look around the infirmary. It seems like most of the people here are suffering from dizziness and headaches.
めまいが頭が割れそうだ。
この状況でしょ。一度良くなったと思って部屋に戻しても、こんな風にまた具合を悪くして医務室に来るの。その繰り返しで。 まったく休む暇もなくてこっちも気が狂いそうだわ。
Oh, wow. From the sounds of it, it's a completely different issue from my stomachache.
ってことで悪いが元気になったみたいだし、あんたたちには部屋に戻ってもらうぞ。
もうですか？
見ての通りだ。残念ながらベッドも空いてないし、帰って休めないだろう。
He's right. The infirmary is crowded enough as it is. It's better that I leave as soon as possible.
まあ落ち着いてきたみたいだし平気かな。姉さんは自分でどう？大丈夫？
ええ、薬をもらったおかげでもうバッチリよ。
My stomach is no longer gurgling, so it should be okay for me to head back.
そっか。ならいいけどまだ少し心配だな。
Something's going to happen on the way, isn't it?
ではいくつか薬を出しておきましょう。また腹痛が起きたらこれを飲めば大丈夫ですよ。
ありがとうございます。あなたも医務室に連れてきてくれてありがとう。
I think the pirate that brought me here, but he looks worried about something.
ああ、別にこれくらい平気だ。とにかく早く元の部屋に戻るぞ。
Something is happening. He's worried. As we rush back to our cabin, I can't help but worry about everyone else. We're walking with the guard when suddenly the sound of panicked footsteps can be heard from all around.
おい、見つかったか？いや、一体どこに行きやがったんだ。急ぐぞ。
Oh. I wonder what exactly happened. So looking for him is probably either Ryle or Set. Probably Set, because he wanders around the ship secretively in most routes. I'm curious, but seeing how tense the guard is, it doesn't feel like we can make small talk, much less get any info out of him. When I turn to Keith, I see a bitter expression written across his face. Maybe he's realized something. The atmosphere is ominous as we arrive at our room. Everyone seems a bit restless. What's that? Dang it, I need more information. I don't think it's Ryle. Sounds too
ただいま
deep.
みんな。
His voice sounds too deep to be Ryle.
カタリナ様、キース様、お帰りなさい。
無事に帰ってきてよかったです。それで具合は大丈夫でしたか？
ええ、薬を飲んで少し休んだらすっかり良くなったわ。
そうか、よかった。だが昼食はあまり食べ過ぎない方がいいかもしれないな。
そうですね。またこんな状況じゃ医務室へ行くのも難しそうだし。
こんな状況？
ああ、それなんですが、医務室がすごく混んでいたんですよ。廊下では海賊たちがバタバタしてましたし。
I tell them about the people getting sick again after returning to their rooms. When they hear it, they make curious expressions.
医務室で回復しても部屋に戻るとまた具合が悪くなるですか？
カタリナの腹痛とはまた違いそうだな。だとしても一体何が原因だ？
以前僕が体調を崩した時と症状は似ているようでした。なので船酔いかと思ったんですが。
だが一度回復して部屋に戻してもまた具合を悪くして医務室に来るのだろう。単純に考えれば部屋に何かしらの原因があると仮定できるが。
With that, you guys should be able to catch on pretty quick.
でも私たちは何ともないですよね。
That's right.
となると部屋は関係ないのかしら。でも船酔いにしては多すぎる気がするし、あれじゃあ看護師さんが参っちゃいそうだわ。
それなら私の光の魔力で 治療のお手伝いをできないでしょうか。
Don't you heal just wounds though? Not sickness.
え、キャンベルさんが？
Wow, that's my Maria. What an angel.
はい。医務室へ行けば体調不良の原因に気づけるかもしれませんから。
She's gonna be abducted on her way there, isn't she?
そうですね。視点を変えることで見えてくるものもあるかもしれませんし。
Rightio. Unlike me, Maria might be able to figure out what's going on with everyone getting sick.
じゃあ早速手伝いがしたいって頼んでみましょう。
I don't think they would even let you. Valiantly, we propose our offer to the guard, but
俺たちの一存でそれは決めらんないから、夕食の時にロジーさんにでも聞いてくれ。
Rosian, huh? He's even changed his name to be shorter to hide his identity. Why did he stutter? Something about that feels off, but we resign to wait for Rosie. Then later that night, you should ask Giorno. Like, I think we went to the palace, and someone said his name was Rosie. And does that ring a bell to you? Then later that night,
光の魔力で治療の手伝いを？
はい。医務室は今大勢の患者さんがいると聞きました。私でよければ力になりたいんです。
and the fact that he said to ask Rosie and not Silva just confirms that Rosie's in charge. Rosie seems to think deeply about Maria's suggestion.
この部屋もすでに見つかっているかもしれないし、帰って移動した方がいいかな。だけど。
That seems like a strange thing to say. So someone is trying to find them, and they're trying to keep them confined, so to keep them from Seth?
いや、やっぱり大勢いる場所の方が安全かもしれない。
He's just talking to himself. Rosie mumbles to himself for a while before nodding.
そういうことなら助かるよ。正直医務室の手が足りていないところだったんだ。実は俺も医務室の雑務とかに借り出されてて、それでなかなかこの部屋に来られなかったんだ。
I think you are not telling the truth on that part. Why would you help them in the infirmary as the boss?
え、そうなの？そんなに人手が足りてないなら、私も明日何か手伝おうかな。
え、カタリナが？
もちろん看護とかそういう専門的なことはできないけれどほら洗濯物とかなら手伝えるじゃない？
Who would let any noble woman do laundry though?
カタリナが洗濯を？
Told you.
ええ、任せて。洗うのは得意だから。
I don't know about this. I wash and maintain all the tools I need for my fields. When it comes to washing, I can confidently say I'm the best around. Oh my goodness.
でしたら私も手伝いますわ。水の魔力が役に立つかもしれませんもの。私もカタリナ様とご一緒しますわ。風の魔力を使えば洗濯物を乾かせると思いますし。
ありがとう。とても助かるよ。
He's like, I don't know what to say.
カタリナが医務室へ行くなら、もちろん婚約者の僕も手伝いますよ。
He must be near his fiancée. Just everyone go.
なら俺も。
俺も手伝う。
You didn't just say you wanted to move them, right?
戻ってくるのが遅いと思ったら何捕まってんだよ。
シルバー、いやみんなが医務室の手伝いを申し出てくれて。
いや、この人数をただでさえ許容量を超えてるあの医務室に入れるわけにはいかねえだろ。
Oh, right.
それにこの部屋との行き来につけられる見張りの人数も限られてるんだ。あんまり大所帯になられても困る。そこの王子様らは下手すりゃ暴れるかもしれないしな。
You mean like knock out all of your cards and escape?
随分と信用がないんですね。
それだけ腕を買ってるってことだ。ま、医務室の手が足りてないのは確かだけどな。ってことで、手伝いを頼むなら、そうだな。カタリナとマリアだけだ。
Why would the guys ever agree to allow two ladies to go help in the infirmary with a bunch of pirates guarding them?
なんで？メアリとソフィアは？
そっちのお嬢様方も魔力を使われたら厄介そうだからな。その気になればそれなりの攻撃だってできるんだろう。
It is true. In other words, Maria's a healer and my magic sucks, so it's safe to let us out.
まあ失礼ですわ。私たちが魔力を使って攻撃するとすれば、カタリナ様に危害が加えられた時だけですもの。それ以外はおとなしくしております。
Yeah, they're not strategic like the guys are. They probably only fight in self-defense.
はい、魔力を使うのは洗濯物を乾かす時とカタリナ様をお守りする時だけとお約束します。
つってもな。
You've got him thinking. Come on, all those times we spent playing board games and playing cards means nothing to you.
大丈夫よ。二人はむやみに人を傷つけたりしないもの。一緒にお手伝いするだけだから。
Silva's eyes squint suspiciously. He still isn't sure if he can trust us. Rozy places his hand on Silva's shoulder.
でもこのままじゃ看護師たちの限界も近いから力を借りよう。責任は俺が取るから。
Silva stares at Rozy for a moment before relenting. He nods begrudgingly. I know what that word means.
まあ、確かにそうだな。ためらってる場合でもねえか。
Somehow it doesn't feel like an underling, like a saintine his captain, but more like a big brother reprimanding his little brother. Another word. Placate suggests changing resentment or bitterness to goodwill. Somehow it doesn't feel like an underling placating his captain, but more like a big brother reprimanding his little brother. As the captain, Silva should be the one in charge, right? Why does it feel like Rozy is the one with the power here? You're just realizing this. In Fortune Lover Fandus, Rozy was just a nameless NPC. Silva is the supposed secret romanceable character, and Rozy is no one important. So what's happening here?
わかった。じゃあそこの女子4人には手伝ってもらう。もちろん撤回して部屋で休んでてもらってもいいんだぜ。
Maria shakes her head.
困っている人がいるのにゆっくり休んでいられません。
That's right, this is who Maria is. I can't help but smile hearing those words that are so in character for her.
そうね。私もあの医務室の大変さを見ているもの。ちゃんと手伝うわ。
ありがとう。じゃあ4人には明日から医務室の手伝いをお願いしていいかな。
もちろんよ。
お任せください。
And so the next day, this feels like the chapter should be way over by now. Maria, Mary, Sophia, and I head to the infirmary.
なんか見張り多くない？
They're super on guard. In addition to Rosie, there are several pirates who surround us. All of them look tense as they observe the surroundings. They're obviously after you guys, and they're trying to protect you. Is that what they've been doing like the entire time? In all the other routes? They were protecting them from someone on the ship looking for them? I mean, it makes sense. And they were just playing it off as your cargo that we're going to sell when we get to port.
ごめんね。 少し窮屈で。
いや、それはいいんだけど。
Something's gonna happen. Something has to happen. Nothing's happened yet. I look over and see that Rosie is also holding his sword. Seeing him armed feels a little ominous. I know what engineer knows how to use a sword. Just come out and tell us who you are. What are they so on guard for? They don't seem concerned that we might run away. It's more like they are on watch for something else. I try to speculate why, but just as we're about to arrive at the infirmary... Whoa. Set has thrown a dagger at you. I hear a sudden groan and one of the guards collapses to the ground. I immediately turn to find someone I would never have expected.
光の魔力保持者に水と風の魔力保持者だな。あ、それとお前も一応魔力持ちか。保護をする。こちらへ来い。
And you. Catarina is just a you. Well, even if it wasn't a set, it belongs to a set and company, which is Frederick. Protective? He sure doesn't look protective. You say he's gonna come protect him? He came to protective custody. And it's odd the way he calls us by magic types rather than by name. This callous attitude causes me to back away and Rosie stands between us.
君たちは下がっていて。
Finally, some action.
邪魔をするな。
Frederick swings his sword at Rosie. Rosie draws his blade to deflect the attack and glances at the other pirates.
消耗状態のはずなのに、これだけ動けるのか。シルバーを呼んできて。
Oh. I thought Silva was with them. Silva just left whenever they were being escorted.
はい。
He's gonna strike all of you down. One of the pirates hurries off, but Frederick deftly flicks a knife in his direction.
逃がすか。
Yeah, he's not gonna let any of you guys go. You should have had Silva with you to begin with. The knife stabs the pirate in the shoulder and he falls to the ground. Richard's eyes are cold and ruthless. A chill runs through my body. It's like there's no emotion in his eyes at all. He's like he's lifeless. Is he really here to help us? Something is definitely wrong. My controller just vibrated. And then Set's over here blowing up the ship. Suddenly something explodes. We huddle together, eyes wide. You should have. Oh my gosh. You got two people that can use magic, but still, you got a bunch of girls that are not up to fighting, like haven't fought, and all the men are just left behind. So much happening at once, the confusion becomes paralyzing.
仕掛けられていた爆薬は全部回収したはずなのに。
Oh, is that why they were on guard? They found it explosive?
仕掛けられてた爆薬というか、今の爆発近かったよね。
Whoa. What happened? Oh, fire. Oh my goodness. I look up in surprise to see fire spreading from the other end of the hull. The flames were approaching the unconscious pirate who had been hit with a knife. Oh my goodness, we're only in chapter 4 and stuff is happening. This is bad. At this rate, that guy will burn to death.
Maria, お願い力を貸して。
Yeah, put the fire out.
はい、カタリナ様。
私も手伝いますわ。
There you go.
待って、離れないで。
Uh-oh, they're gonna get captured.
行かせはしない。
While Rosie and Frederick continued to duel, we run over to begin to drag the pirate by its feet. As soon as we're clear of the fire, Maria begins to cast healing magic. She'll put out the fire. You can see her magic working before me.
よし、これでもう平気。
Whoa. We'll just knock her out? Suddenly, Sophia falls to the ground. I look up in surprise. It is Frederick. He was just fighting Rosie a moment ago.
そいつから離れて。
I hear Rosie cry out. Frederick must have defeated him crumpled on the floor. He shouts desperately at me.
貴様は何も守れない。そのまま床に這いつくばって、せいぜい見ていればいい。
Do they finally capture him in this one? Rosie clenches his teeth and tries to stand as Frederick strikes the back of Mary's neck with a chop. Oh my goodness.
Mary! Sylvia!
I mean, so you heard an explosion. If I were the guys, I would have been on my way by now. Why would Frederick knock those two out? What is going on here? So they can't use magic against him.
予定は多少狂ったが、これで最低限目的は達せられたな。
Oh, there you go. There's the bad guy. Huh? This voice? From out of nowhere, Set appears behind Maria. Oh, I don't think they're going to capture him. They just want her. And they don't want them to interfere.
Catarina-san!
Tate places a handkerchief over Maria's mouth, stifling her words. Oh no. It's the atomizer. A moment later, she loses consciousness. I can feel my blood boiling.
Maria ni nani o shita no?
I can't do anything. I can't comprehend any of this, but I know I'm not about to let someone hurt Maria. I have to save her. But just as I move to run to Maria, my mouth is also covered with a handkerchief. A sickly, sweet smell pierces my nose. What? Who is this? There he is. The one who was absent in Nicole's route. I struggle in the person's grip and I catch a glimpse of Ryle. Why is Ryle? But before I can finish that thought, my vision blurs and my body goes limp.
Catarina!
He doesn't sound as panicked as he should be.
ロジオ様、冷静になってください。ここは消火と避難誘導が先です。
There you are, Lord Rosian. He is indeed a noble.
ダメだ、カタリナ！カタリナ！
There you go, that's how he should sound right now. Is that the end? Is that the cliffhanger right there? Somewhere Rosie is calling me. My consciousness fades. That's the end. Wow, that was almost 2 hours. Not quite, but almost. The truth of Rosie. Yay! Now we can figure out what lord he is. Well, that was definitely exciting. We're in chapter 4, and we've been taken hostages by the true bad guys of this game. I wonder if they knew that something bad was going to happen. Because why else would the pirates be there? The pirates are there to protect her. The pirates are there to protect them. So they're good pirates under the command of Rosie. Anyway, if you guys did like this episode, drop a thumbs up down below. I'll greatly appreciate it. And if you guys want more content, subscribe for the notifications, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.